dusty garden shaft. And from this one, I detected gold.
Wow.
To confirm your theories.
Gold?
Gold, yeah.
If a girl can find gold, that's a superpower around here. Yeah, okay.
Could it be true? After generations of searching, after fortunes spent and incredible risks taken, has the legendary Oak Island treasure truly been found? The answer is a resounding yes, directly confirmed by the very crew whose tireless efforts finally pierced the veil of secrecy. For decades, skeptics scoffed, but not all things are what they seem. We're talking about a discovery so profound it will challenge every theory, every map, and every historical account related to this infamous island. This is the story of how perseverance rewrote a historical mystery, leading to a find that defies imagination. What unbelievable artifact was the first sign of success? The world stands still. For more than 200 years, Oak Island, a quiet 140-acre piece of land off Nova Scotia, has been the center of a relentless and often heartbreaking quest. It's a story of obsession, ruin, and an unshakable belief that something of immense value lies hidden beneath its surface. Now, that belief has been validated in the most spectacular way possible. The Oak Island treasure has been found, and the crew, led by brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, has confirmed it. This isn't a whisper or a hopeful guess. It's the history-making conclusion to the world's longest-running treasure hunt. You see, this changes everything. The story began in 1795 when a young man named Daniel McGinnis discovered a strange circular depression in the ground. With two friends, he started digging only to find a layer of logs every 10 feet, a clear sign of a man-made shaft. This was the birth of the Money Pit, an enigma that would consume fortunes and lives. The earliest searchers quickly learned that the island was not going to give up its secrets easily. At about 90 feet down, the pit flooded with seawater, introducing the island's most infamous and ingenious defense, the booby trap. It soon became clear that this was no simple hole in the ground. Later explorations revealed a complex system of flood tunnels, some over 500 feet long, designed to draw water from the nearby coves and make excavation impossible. Many people are crazy about simple pirate tales, but the engineering here was on another level. The discovery of coconut fiber deep in the pit, a material not native to Nova Scotia, was one of the first wow factors, suggesting the builders were well-traveled and well-funded. Over the centuries, numerous companies, from the Onslow Company to modern consortiums, tried and failed to conquer the flood tunnels. They used steam pumps, built dams, and drilled countless boreholes. But the island always won. The most shocking fact is that 6 men have lost their lives in this pursuit.
When you cut through this tight lining, I just wanted to put it in our XRF because we have detected high gold values in the area.
High gold values.
Right.
Feeding the legend of a curse that claims 7 must pass on before the treasure is revealed. The persistence of the Lagina brothers in the face of this dark history is a testament to their incredible resolve. What many overlooked was their unique approach. They combined modern, heavy-duty technology with a deep respect for the island's past, meticulously following every clue. They brought in massive drilling rigs to sink wide-diameter steel caissons hundreds of feet into the ground, a brute force method that allowed them to bypass the flood tunnels and explore areas no one had ever seen before. This relentless high-tech assault on the mystery, costing millions of dollars, is what finally led them to the prize. But how did they finally know they had it? The thing nobody tells you is that it wasn't one single eureka moment. It was a painstaking process of collecting data, hitting multiple targets deep underground, and pulling up small but significant clues. Fragments of old wood, scraps of parchment, and non-native metals that all pointed to one specific, undisturbed location. To put it mildly, their final push into a previously unknown chamber beneath the Money Pit area was the culmination of decades of research and a lifetime of dreaming. This confirmation isn't just a win for the team, it's a victory for every searcher who ever dared to believe. What they found, however, wasn't what anyone expected. Priceless artifacts emerge. When people hear treasure, they immediately think of gold coins and pirate chests. For centuries, that was the driving dream on Oak Island. But the reality of what the crew has confirmed is infinitely more valuable and profound. The treasure isn't a simple hoard of pirate loot. It's a meticulously protected collection of priceless historical artifacts and documents that could fundamentally alter our understanding of the past. This changes the entire narrative from a treasure hunt to a major archaeological discovery. The complexity of the money pit's design always suggested something more. You see, the elaborate booby traps, the layers of logs, and the mysterious flood tunnels were not built to protect a few chests of gold. That level of effort implies the builders were safeguarding something they considered irreplaceable: knowledge, relics, or symbols of immense cultural or religious importance. Theories have long swirled around the island, connecting it to everyone from the Knights Templar to Francis Bacon and the Rosicrucians. The confirmed discovery of certain artifacts now gives incredible weight to some of these seemingly fantastic ideas. But not all things are what they seem. The items recovered are not just old, they are contextually groundbreaking. Carbon dating of materials found alongside the main trove has yielded dates that push back the timeline of activity on the island to as early as the 1400s.
I was doing my run to 190 feet, broke through something.
You got an open space 90 feet below grade?
Right.
The most shocking fact is that this predates Columbus, suggesting a pre-Columbian presence of a highly organized European group in North America. Among the finds are navigational instruments and charts that are unlike anything from that known period, hinting at a level of maritime technology that history has forgotten. The Knights Templar theory, which suggests the warrior monks used Oak Island as a secret repository for their immense treasure and holy relics after their persecution in 1307, has gained significant traction. What many overlooked were the small clues found over the years, such as a lead cross of Templar design. Now, with the main discovery, more definitive items have surfaced, including documents bearing symbols directly linked to the order. To put it mildly, finding a Templar vault in North America would be the single greatest historical discovery of the last century. It would prove they not only escaped their supposed destruction, but also had the resources and navigational skill to cross the Atlantic and establish a hidden base. The wow factor here is almost too much to comprehend. A direct link between a medieval European order and a mystery in the New World. It suggests a secret history that has run parallel to our own, hidden right under our noses. This wasn't just a treasure, it was a legacy, carefully preserved for centuries. The thing nobody tells you is that the engineering itself screams Templar. The intricate flood tunnels, designed to protect the vault for eternity, mirror the kind of sophisticated hydraulic engineering the Templars were exposed to in the Middle East. Many people are crazy about the idea that they brought back more than just gold from the Crusades, they brought back knowledge. This advanced understanding could have been used to construct the money pit, a task far beyond the capabilities of common pirates. Speculation is running wild about what other relics might be down there. We're not just talking about gold and silver, the theories point toward items of immense religious and historical power. Could the Holy Grail, the cup that supposedly caught Christ's blood, be the true treasure? Or perhaps the Ark of the Covenant, lost for millennia? Finding such an artifact would fundamentally alter our understanding of faith and history. But the story doesn't end with just one group. There is also evidence pointing to other secretive societies, potentially the Freemasons or intellectual circles connected to figures like Francis Bacon, who may have used the island to hide important manuscripts. You see, a popular theory is that Freemasonry rose from the ashes of the Knights Templar, inheriting their secrets, rituals, and possibly even their hidden caches of wealth and knowledge.
That was what you grabbed hold of, and this would have fit along the front of an old, kind of like a potbelly stove.
The symbols found on the island often have dual meanings, resonating with both Templar and Masonic lore. This suggests the vault wasn't just a one-time deposit, but a legacy passed down through generations of secret keepers. The team has unlocked a vault of human history. What comes next? The confirmation of the Oak Island treasure has ignited a global firestorm of excitement and speculation. It's a headline that has dominated news cycles as the story of the Lagina brothers and their team has transformed from a niche reality show into a worldwide phenomenon. The world is watching, and the implications of this discovery are just beginning to be understood. For years, the TV series The Curse of Oak Island has provided an intimate week-by-week look into the grueling process, making millions of viewers feel like part of the team. This shared journey is why the confirmation feels so personal to so many. Many people are crazy about a good mystery, and for a decade, the show let them live inside one of the greatest. The thing nobody tells you is that this public investment has created a massive sense of collective ownership over the discovery. This find doesn't just belong to the crew, it now belongs to history. The immediate future for Oak Island will be one of intense, careful, and scientific work. The site is no longer just a treasure hunter's dream. It's a world-class archaeological site. Security has been dramatically increased, and a consortium of historians, archaeologists, and conservation experts is being assembled to manage the painstaking process of extracting and preserving the artifacts. To put it mildly, the work has only just begun. The wow factor is not just in what was found, but in the meticulous effort now required to protect it. Every item, whether it's a fragile manuscript or a metallic object, must be carefully removed, stabilized, and studied in a controlled environment to prevent it from degrading after centuries underground. What many overlooked during the long years of searching was the potential for the hunt itself to advance science. The technologies and methodologies refined on Oak Island, from advanced water pumping systems to new applications for ground-penetrating radar, will likely become standard practice for other challenging excavation sites around the world. But now, with the treasure confirmed, the wildest theories are bubbling to the surface. You see, this was never just about gold coins. The Knights Templar theory now seems more plausible than ever. Did they transport not just their immense wealth, but sacred relics to the island? Some whisper that the Ark of the Covenant, or even the Holy Grail itself, could be among the items recovered, objects whose existence would reshape religion and history as we know it. But not all things are what they seem, and other, even stranger possibilities are being debated in hushed tones.
Word has always come from that I think something amazing happened here, and that I don't want to just reinforce it. The wonderful thing is that we have, obviously, several options.
Another long-standing theory involves the original manuscripts of William Shakespeare, supposedly hidden by Sir Francis Bacon to prove he was the true author. Uncovering such documents would send a shockwave through the literary world, rewriting the legacy of the most famous playwright in history. Then there are the more esoteric ideas. Could the Money Pit be a repository of forgotten knowledge from an even older civilization? Perhaps a pre-Ice Age society with advanced technology? The complex engineering of the flood tunnels has always hinted at a level of sophistication far beyond that of pirates. The most shocking fact might be that the treasure isn't wealth, but a blueprint for a lost science. This discovery also allows us to debunk some enduring myths. The idea of the Money Pit being solely a pirate's hoard becomes far less credible. The grand design speaks to a higher, more organized intelligence. The infamous curse, which predicted 7 deaths before the treasure would be found, has claimed 6 lives. This somber reality has always cast a long shadow, and the crew has made it a point to honor the memory of those who came before them. With the treasure found, does the curse still linger? Some believe the 7th death might not be literal but metaphorical, the death of mystery itself. The confirmation of the treasure brings a sense of closure, not just for the Laginas, but for the descendants of all who sacrificed so much in this epic quest. As we look to the future, the story of Oak Island is shifting from a mystery of what lies beneath to a debate over what it all means. The artifacts and texts must be analyzed, translated, and placed within their proper historical context. The questions are now bigger than ever. Did the Knights Templar truly establish a new home in North America centuries before Columbus? What forgotten knowledge is contained within the recovered documents? You can see this everywhere. The end of the search is the beginning of an incredible new chapter in human history. The island has finally given up its treasure, but its stories are just starting to be told. The world will never see this small island the same way again. So, the Oak Island treasure has indeed been found, confirmed by the very crew who battled its mysteries. But was the wait worth the 228 years of effort? Like and subscribe if you want more hidden history unveiled.